another brand spanking new episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit business podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those co-prophets, touched by a horse in a very consensual, appropriate, ethereal kind of way to a vision. 20 years ago, we agreed upon these terms. Harry Morrow's out here in Planted, joined as always by my co-host with the most on the West Coast, as good as haggis on your French toast.
Mickey Jacobs, loving the Scottish, loving the guest that we have today. We are once again joined by the basketball songbird of our generation. He wrote the damn song for this podcast. Our friend, your favorite, Duglust, Berns. Welcome back, my guy.
I'm just so honored to be here with you guys, and I'm gonna really try my best not to fully tour guide it. But I don't know if you've ever seen You've Got Mail or any of these sort of rom-coms that take place where I'm at here in Central Park in New York City. It's just a joy to be with you guys.
It's so lovely to have you on a walkabout.
On a walkabout.
Walkabout.
Man on the street.
This ain't a straight. This is a straight. I'm tossing in all the accents.
The range is crazy. On it. He's a chameleon.
Oh, merci. I'll talk every white country. I'll do the accent for.
That's good. That's safe.
We'll stay there. But,
Inbounds.
I know my lane. I played it many years. The chat's already popping off. Shout out to all the smoke ponies out there. Really love to see all y'all in there contributing. We'll get to that list of how we're ranking the East. But before we rank the stank of the East, we got to ask Dougie. You're a second New York Knicks fan in a row. The Knicks' epic playoff run continues into the postseason, to the postseason, I suppose, the offseason. How does it feel to be a champ, man? You told us, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but in a text chain with us, you said, and I quote, I have accepted that the Knicks will never be title champions in my lifetime.
Well, here's the thing you have to understand about that is that I'm 38 and I needed to say that to myself to set up myself if it didn't work out, to not be disappointed. I have been around the block too many times rooting for this team, and I had to steel myself. I had to create a sort of insurance policy emotionally if things didn't work out. But guess what? I was wrong in that moment. They are champions, and I'm going to die at least having seen one.
It's pretty sad.
An iconic championship at that. To quote Kat, this is what movies is made of, man. This is it was
a movie, baby.
We were talking to Ace last week just about like the OG tip-in. So many great moments. Glad for you. Glad for you both. Glad it's couldn't have happened to nicer people.
Thank you. And I always make sure to tell people there are Pistons fans that I know that are nice, because everyone online, oh, Miami Heat fans, dickheads, Pacers fans, dickheads, Cavs fans, dickheads. And I'm like, well, I have anecdotal evidence that Pistons fans are mostly nice.
There we go.
We got a good community. I'd say the only people Pistons fans aren't nice to are Pistons players when they're on Reddit, and that's about it. But overall,
that's a ubiquitous NBA issue, though. I think
it's pretty phenomenal. I saw people losing their fucking minds because Ben Math signed with the Pelicans, and they're like, "We signed Kevin Huerter, but not Ben Math." It's like,
yes,
I think I'm good on that, but you know, to each their own. Also, happy birthday, Kevin Huerter just celebrated a birthday. Put another candle on the red velvet cake.
Red velvet cake, yeah, there you
yes,
go.
Sir.
Yeah.
Our guy. So, Doug, you got to tell us, what was your favorite moment of the playoffs, and when did you know that something special was happening?
Well, I think my favorite moment and when I knew something special was happened on the same night, and that was the game. The
in-season tournament, when you guys won the in-season tournament.
The in-season tournament was actually super fun. But it was game one, I think, against Cleveland. The Knicks made this massive comeback, and it was like where I was cosmically was that I had been in the building when Tyrese Halliburton and frickin' Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard led a comeback against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2025. And I was there for the Halliburton shot. I spent $700 to watch Tyrese Halliburton rip all of my innards, not just my heart, out of my chest. So there was something very cosmic. It was a culmination of a series of cosmic things that were going on for me to be in that same arena, in that same situation, game one of the conference finals, and the Knicks to just invert that. People don't really discuss the Cleveland series a lot because the Knicks just kicked the dog shit out of them. But like that was a significant display of what they ended up doing against San Antonio. So like in terms of being able to really never be counted out of any situation, no matter how far down they were. So there was just a lot of like, I actually wrote a piece for Slam, not to brag, but I wrote a piece for Slam magazine for this Knicks coffee table book that they put out, and my piece was about Knicks villains, like garden villains, and there hasn't been a good Piston villain in a while to come harass us at the Garden, but
Yeah, next year.
well, yeah, there's going to be plenty of opportunities, but I closed the piece by saying something like Halliburton left a ghost in the rafters. Like he revived the ghost of Reggie Miller and left it up there. And can Jalen Brunson and the Knicks get rid of it? Can they expel the ghost? They haven't gotten a chance to beat Halliburton in a playoff series, but that game was really, really poetic. And it was just a reversal of our fortunes in this like really amazing way. So that's when I knew.
They busted the ghost.
They busted the ghost. That's right. They put what was the little trapping device that the Ghostbusters had?
Oh my gosh!
Help us out in the chat. I know you.
Yeah, someone knows that.
I know you know.
I know the toy well that you'd pump on it, and the little air would pump it open, and it would never close because it's the cheapest plastic in the world. I guarantee.
So how are you supposed to keep a ghost in there anyway?
Oh man, I did. I think that comeback was crazy because it was over 30 points, right? The Knicks had like an over 30-point comeback at one point in there, and it seems like this is back-to-back year that the guys that made it out of the Eastern Conference to the finals were the comeback kings in it, and that was especially frustrating to me because the Pistons had that huge comeback in the third quarter against the Orlando Magic, and then the Knicks had a couple more that were even big. Michael Dompier says just a ghost trap, right? Sure. I'll take it.
Is it simple? Is it as simple as that? It's a ghost trap.
Ghost trap.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah. that's what we call all the Instagram hoes that die that still have their pictures floating on.
Ghost trap.
Ghost traps. Shout out to sorry to drop hoes. I shouldn't have said that. I don't really mean that. I listened to too much rap in my day.
And what do we never do? What do we never do? Cross the streams.
Never.
Well, we've got this stream going on here.
Three-way streaming. Right
Three-way stream going on right now. Mickey, you had some stuff prepared for Doug as he entered our stream today. What we got in store for this man?
Yeah, so Doug, just to give you a little heads up on as my boy Tony in the chat points out, nobody cares about the Knicks. They want to hear about Tony
nobody.
Smith.
Nobody cares about the Knicks. That's why we got on a Pistons podcast 2 weeks in a row because nobody cares.
All right, it's enough. We gave you your time. You took your little victory lap around Central Park.
Still taking it.
It's disgusting. So what's going on right now in Pistons land is this Jalen Duren signing is becoming a bit of a saga. He still hasn't signed with the team. Allegedly, the offer has been in the neighborhood of we've heard anywhere from like $36 to $40 million. Jake Fisher's latest report, for whatever that's worth, is 4 for $160 million. And there was also a trade rumor that Bleacher Report put out, which was a sign and trade. Miles Turner, Ryan Rollins, and a first for Jalen Duren.
2031 first.
2031 first. Way down the pike. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at right now. These are the latest shreds of rumor going around. How does that sound to you as an outsider? What do you think of Jalen Duren? What do you think he's worth? Which of these two rumors sounds most enticing if you could put yourself in the mindset of a Pistons fan? Little role play.
I kind of I've never quite been, first of all, he's a Knicks legend, so let's just get that out of the way. Knicks legend Jalen Duren. But former traded draft pick. But I feel like I guess I'm more inclined to be conservative if I'm the Pistons in dealing with Jalen Duren, because I think there are limitations in his skill set that make me worried with the rest of the players that I have on my squad. Because if I'm Detroit, I'm like obsessing over floor spacers, potential secondary offense creators, and Duren to me is kind of his lack of of like ability to open the floor up at all has always been something that I'm like, I don't know, like where is he going to hit a wall with his game? And then it happened in the playoffs last year. So I don't know how this standoff ends. It kind of feels like unless that Bucks trade to me would really be a boon for Detroit. I don't know why Milwaukee would be interested in doing it, but then again, as we'll see when we get into our bottom seed rankings, I'm not really sure what Milwaukee is even what their modus operandi this season is going to try to be. Like, is Duren a piece you pay when you have nobody else there, especially if you're giving up Ryan Rollins? Like, what's left? So I don't know. I guess I'm talking around the fact that I'm not like the biggest Jalen Duren believer. He never. I always B-ball Paul always struck a little more fear in my heart when we played you guys. And the Knicks kind of have always had answers for Duren. He's not a good matchup for Cat. I mean, Cat is not a good matchup for him defensively. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm inclined to be conservative if I'm Detroit. But then again, you have an All-NBA guy that you drafted. So where do they land? How do they sort this out? Because if he really thinks he's him, he can go the qualifying offer route, really stick it to you guys and see what happens on the open market. But as we discussed earlier in our group chat, like how much money is he really leaving on the table? How much would he be risking to not just work something out right now? If the Pistons are willing to come to the table and still make him what, like a $40-ish million man a year? Like, why wouldn't you take that after the playoff performance that you just had? That's my question.
If it's 40 million a year and he's still saying no to it, that is absolutely fucking insane. Like, just it's straight up insane, because that's still, if he took the qualifying offer and got the max like next year, it's still not as much money as he'd take if he took a 4-year for 160 deal. It's nuts to me that it'd be that much money.
Can I ask you guys this question? Like, how much is this blown up as far as like an emotional spiral on both sides? Like how far removed from like just a business discussion is this at this point?
National media would lead you to believe that it's getting contentious. I mean, we don't really know anything. And that's, kind of a good blanket statement to lay over all of this is we don't know that the Jake Fisher 44-year thing is real. We don't know that there's any chance that the Bucks are entertaining that sort of offer. We don't know that Duren is, this is a problem chemistry-wise and locker room-wise and that it's gotten really bad. But there's just been a lot of speculation and there hasn't been a lot of noise otherwise. So I think it's simmering in a negative way, but it could also just be personally just, and I'm totally speculating. I think it's going to be the kind of thing where it's under 40, like somewhere between like 36, 38, 4 years or whatever, and everything's fine. I think he's coming back, but it's not resolved yet, and it's almost September. So, I mean, we don't really know.
I don't get why that's unappealing from his side. I mean, I think at a certain point, you and your representation have to take responsibility for a poor performance. So I'm wondering, like, do we come to the table? You guys won 60 games last year. It's like this team, when it was humming, was really lethal, and you've already made some upgrades ish. I guess John Collins is better than Big Toby, but wouldn't you want to be a team player to begin with? Being in this position that like you had this all NBA season, you did get featured in an offense alongside Cade. Like you did have all this resume building regular season work that you got to do, like as a sign of good faith to the Pistons. Like I think they've got to bring him back.
Yeah,
And he's got to agree to something.
Well, I think you make a great point, and especially the optics of players like Brunson taking pay cuts, Wemby taking pay cuts for the purposes of making their teams better. Evidently not a concern as yet. I think it's still in the zone of, I earned the ability to make this much money technically. I'm going to try and get every bit of it that I possibly can. But I'm with you, Harry, where if he's not entertained by 40 a year, I think all the rest of us pucker a little bit. I think we get a little tight thinking about 40 a year. Where are you at, Harry?
So like as far as like the contentious nature of it all, the only people that I can like 100% say are feeling some kind of bad way about it are fans. And I've met a lot of fans who are like so fed up with it and like so angry about it and want him gone because of how long it's taken. I'm like, we could have talked about this at the beginning of the offseason. I could have told you it was going to go this way. One thing I think that we haven't really discussed, and this is more leverage in the Jalen Duren situation than I think we've given his team credit for. By his team, I mean like his agency and his management, is that if he takes a qualifying offer, if he leaves, what really are the Pistons' options for starting center? Like we talked about this Miles Turner trade. For me, if the trade happens, it has to be Miles Turner because there's no other option. There's literally no other starting option. Like there's probably a good chance you're not going to draft a starting center. It's hard to draft a starting center. They had to draft him like in the lottery in order to get it working. That really worked out. But a lot of centers up in the lottery aren't all that great. They don't do a ton of all that stuff. And even then, you'd have to get a lottery pick. And how the Pistons going to get their hands on a lottery pick? On top of that, what did Ivica Zubac just go for? He went for like multiple draft picks, including number 5 this year and stuff like, and that's for Zubac, who isn't an all NBA center, who's not as young as Jalen Duren is, who's not as offensively lethal as Jalen Duren is. So like, what are you going to do instead? You know what I mean? There just aren't the opportunities to replace him that easily unless it's Miles Turner. And even if it's Miles Turner, he had a pretty rough season last year. It's not like a ton of teams are knocking on the Bucks door to go get him. So I just don't know. That's the Jalen Duren leverage that I think he's got going on. I want to give a shout out to Richard DM for it in the chat because Richard said $40 million is a fair overpay in his personal opinion, particularly if they can get him on a flat. And that makes sense to me because like part of the risk of having a player on a flat contract like that is by the end of it, you can't extend them for all that much. But if you get Duren on this flat at 40, even if he's making 40 this first year, it's not like killing you. And if you have him 40 at the end of that 4-year deal, then that's like pretty damn good. Probably by that time that salary comes along, and you're probably not looking to like pay him that much more than the 40 anyway in his next contract. So that wouldn't be like the end of the world to me if it was something like that. It's go ahead.
And he's so young.
So
that's the real chip that he brings to the table, like the real bargaining piece that the Pistons can't ignore. That's going to make them pay more than they're comfortable with. He has such a good career ahead of him. He's in phenomenal shape. He has the ability to get better. He has like just the sky could be the limit potential wise. So at the end of this next extension, what he would be, like 26 or something,
yeah.
Like entering the absolute prime. So
26, that's so crazy.
That is nuts. It's nuts. Like I, as a fan who's like, a Knicks fan, we beat everybody. Like I've got a squad of like everybody's kind of concentrated around that 28 to 32 year old age, and like prime veterans experience. But to think about a Pistons team that won 60 games when 3 huge pieces of their starting core that like you're trying to see them grow together, those guys are like barely able to drink right now. So it's a whole different calculus, and I think that's really why Duren is able to hold Detroit's feet to the fire and say that, because it's like, listen, I gave you an all NBA season 21. Like this is
It's-
like
It's
you're
crazy.
sitting on a gold mine, pal.
Yeah, and Michael Dompier points out that if the Pistons need to make Duren commit to 4 or 5 years, because 3 years and then losing him to UFA would be like a terrible result. That's super true. Doug, you pointed out that like the players on the Knicks are like in their prime 28 to 32, somewhere in that range. The Pistons, if they were able to retain Duren until he was like 32, that would be the Pistons holding on to the player for 14 years. For 14 years. That's such a long amount of time. I mean, essentially that's 4 contracts, I guess is what it'd have to be.
And almost impossible.
Right.
In our financial reality as a Knicks fan who just watched Mitchell Robinson, longest tenured player in years and years, walk right out the door to our conference division, everything rival.
Yeah.
You know, we can tell you that this CBA is not kind to sentimentality.
Right. So like I think that they end up with a deal with Duren. I do think that he has more leverage than people are giving him credit for. And I do think that the options to replace him are incredibly limited right now.
You just wonder if there's like a better basketball fit. But I don't know. I think people spit that word around. People throw that word around. What they really mean is, can you find a center who can shoot threes? And it's like with whatever Jalen Duren is really able to do extremely well. Is Miles Turner a much better fit option just because he can shoot the three? He's such an inconsistent player. I don't know.
And he's not a rebounder on top of that. And his contract isn't like great. It's not bad.
Not good at all.
It's not bad. It's not great. So like I don't know. I think
but Ryan Rollins is enticing.
That's really the thing is Miles Turner fits okay, and Ryan Rollins is that secondary creator. He's a Detroit kid. Yeah. So there's that element of it too. And
you could get out of the Dennis business. At least sell a few shares of your Dennis stock.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I sure would. I sure would. I want this guy playing in Turkey, bro. I don't want him anywhere near the Garden.
He can mug in Budapest.
Get him out of the New York deli, send him to New Delhi. Oh man. Okay, cool. I feel like we've talked this Duren situation to death, but so in your case, in the Jalen Duren situation, you would rather pay Duren $40 million than trade to the Bucks, or would you rather do that trade to the Bucks than pay him $40 million?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing that trade, honestly. I think the haul is big enough. I think the Ryan Rollins potential is big enough. And I think the Miles Turner potential to open up a Pistons offense is enticing enough. The only, I mean, it's not a great defensive front line either way with Duren or Turner at this point. If I'm allowed to be slightly critical,
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, we're absolutely we can take
John Collins. John Collins is a dubious player. He's a dubious player in my book. So that would be the fit with John Collins is something that I would be hesitant on. But I think the value of that trade to not have to tie up your money and to see what you could get in Ryan Rollins kind of resets your cap in an interesting way once you're able to get Turner off the books in a couple of years. So I guess, and plus you get it first.
The Bucks first, no less.
Oh,
so,
it's just a very rich package. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think the Pistons' ability to contend right now would wildly change that much as a result of the trade. But maybe that's blasphemy to Pistons fans. Maybe you guys still think Duren is really that guy. Maybe he is.
It's a toss-up amongst fans, I'd say. Chat, how would you feel about it? People like Michael saying I'd rather pay Duren $40 million than pay Turner, but it's a good trade. Tony Eggert says, I don't want to do this trade, but if we get Rollins, Turner, the prognosticators would have us as the favorite in the conference. I mean, that honestly.
Would they?
That might be true. I can't wait till you hear what I had the New York Knicks in my preseason ranking.
Oh God, yeah. I think they'll sneak in at a 9 seed.
No, I'm playing risers. They're playing risers.
I had him at 4, but I did say that that's not for who I think is coming out of the East. It's just for regular season, and also I think any team in the top 5 could be number 1 easily. No big deal. And Kevin asked, would you really have him there? It's a great question. But speaking of would you rathers, Mickey, I think we have a few lined up for Dirty Duglust himself. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, and we can open them up to each other too, and the chat as
and
well.
And the likes and subscriptions, of course, and the alerts. Don't forget to do that.
Subscribe, get in there. We got guests like Doug. Come on, we're doing fun things.
We're also doing jersey giveaways. Don't forget, we still got the jersey giveaway information. Go to the 100th episode in the stream section. Subscribe. Put whoever told me to or recruited me to the order. That's how you get. If you're a new sub, that's how you get one ticket. If you get someone else to subscribe and they say, if they say Doug Berns recruited me to the order, that's how Doug gets a ticket. You can get an unlimited amount that way. And then at the
what's the jersey?
Whatever Pistons jersey you want, anything currently on the website. I know
Aaron Aflalo. I apologize.
Mehmet Okur. Is that what you said?
I mean, somebody was talking about a memo one before, and I'd take the memo all day. But once we hit 3-on-3, we'll do a drawing. No bots. We want no bots.
No bots. Mm-hmm. That's the one rule. So yeah, fun stuff there. Get yourself a jersey. Still eligible. Look at this.
I'm just showing off the American Museum of Natural History. That's actually where the true story night at the museum took place, right over there.
It's always got to be a Ben Stiller tie-in.
The documentary.
Yeah. It really happened. Okay, so we got some fun would you rathers in this vein. This is for Doug. This is for Harry. This is for the chat. So would you rather give Duren the max? We're not talking about 40 for 4 years. We're talking about the max that he is eligible for. Or would you rather Monty Williams coaches the team next season?
Oh my God. That's actually like horrible. Wait, does Monty just coach the team for one season?
It's just next season. Yeah.
It's Monty Williams.
You're taking Monty.
Wow.
I'm taking Monty for one season. I'm hiring JB back because he's not cooking my books the same way that Duren is for that max. 5 years at like 280 or whatever. That's danger, dude.
Technically, he's still on payroll, so
pay him again. Bring him back.
Just bring him back. Yeah, you got to work for those checks.
They're saying Duren max. Oh, yeah,
I'd say Duren max. I can't do it again, man. I can't go back.
It's not on you. It's all on Monty. That's on him.
I know. It's so true. He's if you don't know, Harry's referencing the wonderful supercut that he made years ago now of Monty taking the blame in just about every press conference, every post-game presser. And that's on me. I gotta be better. It was on him a lot.
Doug,
his words.
What would you do in that situation if it was your team? If
I'm answering as a Pistons fan,
yes,
because the answer as a Knicks fan is very obvious. But I would love as many Monty Williams coached games for the Pistons as possible. I've never seen a guy choke leads away. It was an art form for him. But I guess I'm paying Duren. I think philosophically the Pistons were onto something, and their ego got brake checked in the postseason by losing and like by having Orlando push them so far. But I think philosophically you have an identity. So like if you have to pay out the ass to keep that identity instead of just flushing it down the toilet, I think that's what you do.
It's super fair. That's super fair. Mickey, that was a great one, dude. Honestly,
it was a good one.
Thank you.
It was really good.
It took me back to a place I really didn't want to go, but that's what makes it fun.
Before the podcast, honestly, when he got ousted, that was like the beginning of our show. That was very near the beginning.
Yeah, I will say to Monty's credit, if not for him, we probably wouldn't be doing this. So
true.
Thank you for that.
I'd be out disc golfing right now, making my wife super upset.
Touching grass, loving your life.
As the sun sets.
Sounds kind of good.
I mean, that's not bad, but I'm having more fun here with my guys.
And we never would have had the group chat.
That's true. We never would have met.
So shout to Monty.
Shout out to Mont.
Kelvin Alford says the way they have the apron thing set up now, it's kind of a block against max contracts for almost anyone, which is super true. I think you can afford a max contract if you have one of the dudes. And I don't think there is the dude for every team. I just think both of our teams happen to have one of the dudes, which is
Les Dudes. Yeah,
Les Dudes. That's going to be a musical written by Duglust coming at you next October. Les Dudes. That's actually a pretty sick idea. We'll talk off stream about this.
Don't share the idea that I share. That's private. What I shared.
That's IP. Yeah.
Thank you.
14 Grit says Duren Max or Kuminga Max? Who is more Duren? Bro, can we talk about the Kuminga situation? Because I saw Molly Morrison post about this. This is for real. He's turned down tens of millions of dollars for like 3 consecutive years at this point.
Yo, they are going to be the most entertaining, talented, bonehead team. I cannot wait to watch Minnesota play. My boy texted me this morning that they got Kuminga, and I'm like, yo, that team is a league pass party. You know, that is a league pass party team.
Prime time.
But they're also going to be really good. I think they're also going to be really good.
No, it'll be fun to watch for good and bad reasons.
Yeah.
Harry, do you got one?
Yes, I have one. This is very Doug specific, but Mickey, I want you to chime in, and the chat
Sure.
you can chime in too. So, Doug, this is a two-parter. I mean, obviously, every Would You Rather is two-parter, but each one of these Would You Rathers has 2 parts. Would you rather have Dante DiVincenzo back on the Knicks, but Jalen Brunson goes to the Indiana Pacers? or would you rather have Dante Exum back on the Knicks and Cat goes to the Philadelphia 76ers?
Oh my God. This is something that I will have a nightmare about tonight.
The Dante diabolical.
Dante's back. Brunson goes in situation 1. Situation
The Pacers.
2.
It's the Pacers that he's going to.
Dante Exum, who was never a Knick, but he was a Knick. He was a Knick in my fantasy draft on 2K. So I do kind of think of him as fondly as a sharpshooter for me.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I mean, I hope I'm not wrong because then
From Dante to Dante, it's okay.
But
I keep thinking of.
that is so
Daunting?
brutal. I guess I'm gonna have to go. The Knicks are really thin up front right now. All right. I guess. This is so brutal, dude. I guess I'm saying bye to Jalen Brunson.
Oh my God.
Welcoming Dante DiVincenzo back into the fold.
It's just a revolving door of Nova Boys.
Oh, but Brunson goes to the Pacers. No, I take it back. I'm sorry. We got to get
doing the choke to New York.
I was like, I'm cool. I was like going through the scenario. I in my head, I was like, okay, we get DDV back. Okay, Brunson, we have other playmakers. We can figure it out. And then I was like, oh, but he's going to be on the Pacers. Deaded. It's done. Okay, so I guess Cat's a 76er. Dante Exum is going to kind of play that Alec Burks role for us from a few years ago.
Shout out Alec Burks.
Pistons legend.
Maybe that's my choice of jersey.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
We can make that happen, Doug. That is
I would be good I would be good on the streets of New York City wearing an Alec Burks Pistons jersey because that's how much people love Alec Burks here.
Dude, you'd be drawing free throws in pickup games in that Alec Burks jersey. That guy could draw
with that
foul.
long release.
Loved him for that. Him for that.
He can flail with the best of them.
He sure can.
Mickey, what would you do in that situation?
You got to trade Cat. You're right positionally. Like the Knicks lost Mitchell Robinson, that was devastating. You don't, speaking firsthand, you really don't want to see Jalen Brunson on a team that's playing you. I'm way more scared of him than Cat personally, and I like Cat a lot. Cat's really good, and for a long time we have not guarded him really well. But Brunson is really frustrating to play against, and to your point, to see him go to one of the most historic Knicks rivals, I think you gotta go Cat and just let Drum cook.
Let Drum cook.
It's too much pain. Yeah. When the
Nope.
Pacers get involved in the conversation.
I would keep Cat because I like Cat as a person a little bit better, and that's like such a big deal for me. Like I care so much about quality of individual. But
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's genuine, very genuine, philanthropic, nice, well-liked guy.
Truly, I would if that situation with him and the Knicks doesn't work out money wise, that's a center I'd be considering for the Pistons. I think that'd be a fun little addition over here for that money.
The hell out of here!
I'm just saying.
On my podcast, we'll talk about the Cat extension.
All right, we'll get there. Mickey, you got another one?
Kinda. Yeah, sure. You give JD the max, or Killian Hayes comes off the bench as your sixth man.
Sixth man?
Yeah.
It's Killian Hayes. Bring back the
minimum 20 minutes a night.
Yeah, bring him back. I don't give a shit. Bring him back. That's fine. We've proven that we can win with non-shooters. We've got the shooters to surround him with now.
There's your secondary creator.
I'm fine with it. Whatever. Bring him back. Let him fix it.
Very secondary.
Yes. Tertiary.
Can I ask you a question? I want to frame the would you rathers with an important question.
Sure.
What is, in your mind, what is a max for Duren? Really, like a true max for Duren, really preclude the Pistons from doing? If it's, obviously we always say when we talk about our owners here, it's not my money.
Paying a star.
So that's my question.
Paying a star and getting a second star, keeping this quality of depth that they have right now. I think they'd really lose the quality of depth. Like when I look at, let's say the Orlando Magic, for example, they got two guys on like pretty big max deals, and they got a lot of other guys like on pretty high end contracts. They're like in a disaster right now for what that team has to do, and they have to like break it apart. When we're looking at the Denver Nuggets, right? You got Murray and you got Jokic, and that team is fucked. Like truly,
yeah.
Fucked.
They just lost their great young upside star. Just walked. So
right. And they might,
or he got traded. I guess he got traded.
Right, but they traded him for nothing. They traded him to like clear money, right?
Exactly.
I guess they got a pick out or two picks out of it, a first and a king second, so like 2 firsts.
Which I don't want that fucker in our conference. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm wasn't thrilled that trade didn't go our way, but it's all there. And like Marvelous says, the SAR must be kept at all costs. So I just
want to touch on that really quick. Sorry to cut you off, Harry, but Doug, to your question earlier about just how tense are things right now, like the only nugget of information that might actually be something about that was Vincent Goodwill saying that in some of these negotiations there's a possibility that Duren heard things that you might not want a player to hear, and the speculation on that is that the Pistons organization views retaining a SAR as a higher priority. So that it sort of ties into this conversation of what does giving Duren the max cost the Pistons besides just Tom Gors's money. So that's sort of, and that might also be the root of some of this contentiousness if it's real.
Copy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that does seem to happen now more than ever. I mean, every single text about every single player seems to be screenshot at this point.
Well, these guys are so online, they're reading everything. Obviously,
Cat was in a similar situation before the deadline this year for the Knicks.
Yeah.
He saw some stuff that he shouldn't have seen. That's the sense that I get. And the chatter got too loud and it got a little bit into the locker room, and it was tough. So yeah, that is real. That is real. We it's easy for us to sit here and say, hey, imagine making that kind of money, et cetera, but it's hurtful to see that kind of thing. I get it.
100%. Shout out the right to privacy. Also, I know this has nothing to do with the Pistons. I was thinking about this for all day for the last 2 days, but I also really want to shout out Dolly Parton because RIP to her. She's one of the greatest people of all time, and we should really give her a shout out for that.
A champion of children's literacy.
Mm-hmm. And oppressed communities on top of it. So and
all things we ride for. Things we ride for in the chat.
So
icon.
That's the type of show we are, I guess. And that's and if you're into that, then you might want to like and subscribe to Lord of the Plays Lord. Turn on those noties, kids. Turn on those noties. Okay. Well, with I think with the would you rather's all done, this is what everybody came to the show for. People want to see who the bottom feeders, who the grubby carp of the Eastern Conference is. They missed out on our top 7 potentially when we had Ace here, which was pretty aligned for the most part. When we got
Give
to
or
5
take,
and
yeah.
7, it got a little bit dicey there. But Mickey, do you want to go from the bottom up or from the top down?
Let's go bottom up.
Ooh, starting with the losers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, and I know how Doug feels about one of the new cornerstones of this team. So I think it's a good place as any to start. Let's give it your neighbors, the Brooklyn Nets. I think they will be the 15th seed this season, even with the acquisition of Julius Randle. Who is their draft pick, by the way?
Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Oh, they got the point guard out of Louisville.
Okay.
And they got somebody else too, but the point guard of Louisville is the guy who I can remember, and I can't remember his friggin' name because I didn't have a chance to.
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown. Thank you. Yeah,
number 6 pick.
People are very high on him. So
okay,
we got a ball handler. Yeah, I'm with you personally. They're my number 15 seed as well because like I don't see how this team's gonna work out well at all. You know, like I like some of the youth that they have on the team. I'm interested, but I just think that this isn't so much that I think they're a horribly constructed team as I think the Eastern Conference and the NBA as a whole is like much better. Like it just like teams are figuring it out. Talent's like really catching up. I'm kind of looking forward to the expansion a little bit. But right now, I think it's going to be pretty tough for the Nets to overcome the other teams. Doug, who do you have in your 15 spot?
My 15th spot is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, can I take it? You have the Nets in 14 then?
I actually don't.
Okay, then we'll get to that. But you got.
We'll talk about Milwaukee for a second. That is a completely rudderless situation that's open for the taking. It's open for like a Ryan Rollins breakout season, but there's no direction. There's no identity. Tyler Hero, one option hoops with injuries. That seems like a situation where he might be in and out. Just if you're playing on a crappy team, you find yourself aching a little bit more. So I have very little faith in that team and their ability to find any kind of cohesion and identity.
The Jaime Jaquez slander is crazy.
Mickey, you're a Khalil Lair fan.
Well, I also can't stand them because they're Miami Heat light. You know now.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are all these. Speaking of Julius Randle, the person who ended Julius Randle's hopes of ever winning a championship with the New York Knicks, Jaime Jaquez.
Yep. I have the Bucks at 14. I do like Ryan Rollins a lot. Okay. You're at 14 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like Ryan Rollins a fair share. I love the kid that they drafted out of Arizona a whole bunch. I think he's really going to work out for them. I was pretty pilled in his direction. Kind of wanted the Pistons to trade up and get him. I think he's NBA ready and he looks real tough. And I'm excited to see how that goes. And they still got shooters. Like Hero's a shooter, AJ Green's a shooter, Ryan Rollins a shooter, Miles Turner allegedly a shooter. Plus we got to show love to our boy Karis LeVert. Can't be the worst if you got Karis LeVert on the squad. Mickey, tell me about why you got the Bucks so low. Hope so low.
I feel like I've got them high compared to Doug, but no. I mean, I agree. I don't think there's like really an identity there. I don't think they're really trying to be good this year. I think it's just sort of a let's see what we got type situation. I like Ryan Rollins. I would be interested to see what kind of leap he takes. I am skeptical that Tyler Hero can remain healthy. Even if I'm interested to see what Khalil Ware is, but it seems like there's a lot of questions with him locker room wise, fit wise. So it'll be interesting. There's some interesting guys there, and they actually have again, I feel like I have them. I get why Doug has them even lower, just in terms of they don't even have the vets that the Nets do, like in Randall, in Michael Porter Jr., guys who can get you a bucket, know how to win games. So I don't know. I actually feel like 14 is kind of generous.
Oh, man, okay, so maybe 15, maybe 15.
He's kind of convincing me. He's
coming around.
Michael Dompier says also the Bucks don't have their picks, so they are one of the few teams who don't care about finishing bottom 3. I think that's very fair. Like they for sure. What is that called? Like the relegation zone or whatever. I don't know if that's like quite the right, but like the bottom out part. If for those who don't know, if you finish with a bottom 3 record in the NBA, then you get a lower chance at a top pick, I believe. And then it goes up after the rules are all convoluted and unnecessary and stupid, but whatever, we're moving forward. We'll see how it all works out. All right, then give us your number 14 there, Dougie.
I have the Norm Powell Show, the Chicago Bulls at 14.
Okay.
You are going to see unprecedented levels. Sorry, it's getting dark here in New York City. I'll try to find a street light. You are going to see unprecedented levels of basketball ass played by this team. Norm Powell, option 1, Josh Giddey, option 2, and then we crater off of a cliff. We jump off of the Sears Tower. There's nothing there. And I also think they're going to try to trade Norm. Like, it seems like the entire first 3 months of the season is just going to be Norm Powell, take 30 shots a game, get us some picks, get us some young players, and let's keep kicking this can down the road like we've been doing since Derrick Rose left. So that's my number 14. Strongly, the Chicago Bulls.
Ooh. Mickey, are you there as well for 13? Let me go. I'll just say it. They're my 13. So not quite 14. I'm interested at the very least. I'm interested. Their coach is Diego Splitter. Is that right? At this point, they heard somebody new he was coaching Portland before.
He did kind of have a glow up in Portland in the shadows of the Chauncey Billups scandal.
That Mr. Big take a shot at us. I like their draft picks. I like Caleb Wilson a lot. I was like, man, this kid's gonna be super freaking good. And he was like burning threes in the summer league, which is something he never did. I think he hit more threes in summer league than he did his entire collegiate year, which is hilarious. But I also like Dalen Swain. I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. I don't believe in Giddey, obviously. I do like Norm Powell, but what Norm Powell said about how they could be pretty good or really bad didn't make me feel too great about their chances at success in the NBA. And like, maybe Modest will be great. Modest says he wants to shoot more mid-range shots this year. I don't know how that's going to go, but all the best to you, my guy. And their center situation is Nick Claxton now. Is he their starter? So
that's right.
I don't know how to feel about the Bulls. They're not going to be good. They're not going to be good, but there might be some bright lights on shining on some of their young guys, is my guess.
I actually think that the Bulls roster construction is finally starting to make some sort of sense. I think they have their point guard. I think they have their wings. They have a center now. I actually have them higher than the Hornets right now, which could be.
Are the Hornets your 13?
That's wild.
The Hornets are my 13, just because I think that if Dennis Schroeder is your starting point guard, or if he's the closest thing you have to a floor general, I just don't know if all those guys are going to be able, like, they can create for themselves, but I just think they're going to miss out on what LaMelo brought. I mean, he was hurt a lot, and they have some exciting young talent. Just pretty much all of them can shoot. But I just think they're missing that table setter. And like, I can look at first of all, I think Caleb Wilson looks really good. And I just think Josh Giddey, I don't want him on my team, but he's a jumbo creator. Norm Powell's a scorer. I like Trey Jones. We're not going to get into the Jones brothers of it all.
The sneaky Jones brothers.
sneaky Jones brothers. I like Jalen Smith. I think there's some interesting pieces there. I think Madas is interesting. I don't think either team's going to be very good, but I just think the way that they're built makes more sense. I think the Hornets are more talented, but I don't think that the parts fit together as well. I could be totally wrong.
Okay. Let's go to Doug for your 13 here as we transition away from the Hornets, because there's no way he's got the Hornets at his 13. Now with some of these teams on the table.
No, it's going to be the team that I actually live closer to than my favorite team. It's going to be the Brooklyn Nets coming in at 13.
Okay.
Julius Randle is a floor raiser. That's how he's gotten. That's his career modus operandi, is to raise the floor of whack teams.
Yeah.
And he is going to go ahead and do it in style, just enough for the Nets.
That's something
That's like Tiguan Salon. I like that dude. He's dope. Oh wait, no, he's on the Hornets.
Yeah, he's on the Hornets.
I was thinking.
And I do not like this game.
Who am I thinking of? That guard, the tall guard, the French guy. Who am I thinking of?
The French guy. The Brooklyn has like the Russian guy, Yegor Joman.
Okay.
Then the French guy. Oh my God, I know who you're talking about. He came out the same draft class. They also have Danny Wolf for the Michigan fans out there.
Oh,
7-foot tall jumbo creator. God damn, what is that guy's name? It's killing me. I'm
Tyson Etienne. Is that what we're talking about?
I don't think that's right.
Well, look, it stands to reason. We don't need to go into a deep dive in the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, I don't know enough about them. Yes, Nolan Traore. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, but thank you. But yes, I think Julius Randle will raise the floor enough that they won't be the worst team in the East.
That's super fair. Damn, that's something worth considering.
Oh, and we also, everybody has to kind of still pretend that Keon Ellis is really good. So let's keep going and doing that. Let's do that a little bit longer.
That's no problem for Harry.
I've moved on. We've been over this. I've moved on.
He's not crunching on him anymore.
He's shifted. I still got my back.
Think about you anymore.
Yeah. Listen, when you go from middle school to high school, things change. Right? You appreciate different things. You're not as attracted to people just because they're the same size as you anymore. It's a different bag.
It's not what he did. It's what he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different bag, baby. All right. So that's we're at for 13s. Then I'm gonna put it to Doug here again. Wait, do I have all the 14s in? Yeah. Doug, I'm gonna put it to you. Who is your 12 team?
My 12 team is the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are in an interesting place to me, where I think they're going to come into the season, and I think Anthony Davis is going to play, and I think they're going to look pretty good. They're going to be like Chicago was last season.
Was last year, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be good through 10 games, and I think that's going to be enough. And then, Trae Young, I think I'm a Trae truther. I still think he's pretty terrible. But again, there's enough talent. They still have all their really solid young pieces that started to show upside. So I think that they're going to be good enough to finish 12th.
Okay.
And then at what point along the road does Trae Young call it a season? At what point along the road does Anthony Davis call it a season? It's going to happen by February. So that's how that story will end.
Yeah, I think that's incredibly fair. I love their young picks. They're my 12 as well. I like DeBonce. I think DeBonce could be like a fucking monster for them.
He really could. He actually could make them be more annoying than we want to admit, because he is really ready to go.
They got some shooters like Trae Young can shoot. Trae Johnson can shoot. Like I love the Trays. Like I wish there was a third. I wish they had Trae Jones on the team. I wish there were Trays on that team. But there's not. But I do like the young makeup of that team. I believe in them. I believe they've been moving in the right direction, and it just feels like the energy around when you got this number one pick, it feels like the energy has shifted. Like, hey, things are finally going to go in a positive direction a little bit here, and maybe it won't be like right away because maybe they still have to gel a little bit, but I think they kind of have some depth, and I think they could be pesky. I agree with you. I don't know what the whole Anthony Davis and Trae Young situation is going to be by the end of the year, but Anthony Davis better fucking play if he wants to make his next contract. And I know that's everything that he's been trying to do. So let's see how it goes for him. Mickey, who you got in that dirty dozen spot?
That's where I got the Bulls. And just to double back on the Hornets thing, I think Brandon Miller has a hard time staying healthy, and that would put a lot of pressure on Knipple and some of their other guys. But I'm going to put the Bulls here, and then I have the Wizards above them. Yeah, I between the Wizards vets, their new acquisitions, and two guys we haven't talked about yet, Keyshawn George and Will Riley.
Yeah. Oh, Will Riley. Oh my God.
Like those guys. Yeah, remember him?
Yeah.
Remember how we were one Danis corner tray ball away from losing?
Yeah. Yeah. And then they beat the shit out of us like a little bit later. I was at that game. I had like great seats, and I'm watching the Wizards kick our shit in with dudes I'd never heard of. I'm like, who is this?
You can't go into a Wizards game this upcoming season and just chill. I think they're really gonna make you pay. They're young, they're athletic. I think they have the defensive infrastructure to insulate guys like the Trays. I think they'll be fun. I'm excited for Jamel. I'm excited for Wizards fans because I think they deserve it.
14 Grit says curse of OOBH. What is the curse, my guy? Just going to the game. I guess that's fair. We do have that kind of curse going for us.
Yeah, we should probably.
I got one playoff win. I was at the Cavs game 1, so
more than I can say. I'm banned till further notice.
I'll say this about Washington before we move on. They're gonna beat either us or you or both of us this season.
100% during the regular season.
Question.
Yeah. There's I
like a lazy December Tuesday. They're gonna smoke one of us.
Yeah, like a morning game, like after the afternoon. Yeah. Fuck.
We got enough of those. All right, Doug, who you got at your 11 spot?
My 11 is going to be the Charlotte Hornets. And I was like more bullish on them even than that. And then I kind of went through the files and saw where their roster kind of shook out after all the moves that they made. And they're not good. And they lack a point guard. But I'm a big believer in Brandon Miller. I think he's like an extremely versatile scorer and is going to be really good and is going to get better without LaMelo. And I think he's going to be more of their distributor point of attack player that I think he's kind of interested in doing that. I've kind of like just been on like the Brandon Miller train for a while. Khan obviously broke out. Naz Reid, we always got to show love in New York City for Naz Reid. So there's enough experience and skill there for them, again, to be a tough, annoying out. I do think, though, that they were kind of on the brink of being like a perennial play-in team, and they decided to back off of it, which I think is bizarre. But I guess they just had too many questions around LaMelo Ball. And yeah, I think they're just their vigor and just kind of youth is going to carry them the way that it did on that amazing run they had last year, and they're still kind of eating off of that vibe. So I think they'll be good, but like there's the top 9 teams in the conference have all gotten better.
Yeah. So
who gets pushed out? They get pushed down.
I agree. And as a Pistons fan, who was and like even as like a Red Wings fan, we can talk about this like a little bit, but like when you're dealing with this like level of mediocrity, if that's where you're going to be just perennially mediocre, that's not a good place to be by any stretch of the imagination. I know that the draft order has changed like a little bit, the lottery's changed a little bit, where your fortunes can change in an instant, but like it's no fun. And they still have Charles Lee as coach, who showed a lot of gusto, I must say, last year. And I really applaud moving on from LaMelo and especially from Miles Bridges. Like, I think that's a good move. In the haul that they got, I thought was decent, like pretty good, sizable. We can talk about their lack of a point guard, but between Dennis Schroeder and Kobe White and they drafted Christian Anderson, like maybe you got something of one of those guys. Maybe it works out with one of those guys. We'll see how it goes. I also like Hans Steinbach a lot, a guy they drafted. I think their center room is actually not bad with Steinbach and I think Kalkbrenner and Musa Diabate.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. That's right? Strong. All young, all strong, all great rebounders.
Right.
So,
and what do you
potentially stretching? No, I was gonna say potentially stretching on top of that. Naz Reid stretches, Con Knipple stretches, Brandon Miller stretches. Like that team can still shoot. And I think it could work out well. Mickey, what were you going to ask?
What do you guys think of the defense? Because in my head, I was like, I don't know if it's enough. But then they've got guys like Royce O'Neal, they've got Grayson Allen, they've got Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah.
What do you think about that end of the floor? Because they can definitely shoot. Like they have some of the best shooters in the league right now. But I'm wondering about, they have point of attack guys. They've got some rim protection. Is it enough?
I think it's enough to be in the middle of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, where
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So like they'll probably have to make a trade if they want to like move on up, but they have enough picks right now to be able to like really do something. And I like the direction the team's headed in. And I know they'll take like half a step back, but like half a step back, and we're talking about going from like 8th seed or whatever to 10th seed or 11th seed at this point for 1 year, when you have so much more optionality, to use a Trajan Langdon favorite word, in the future. That's fine by me. All right. What are we on to now? Are we on to 10s? Everyone got their 11s in?
Yeah, that was 11s, right?
Yep. Yep. And we only have a slew full of teams left, although we might all have different teams for these final three. Not even just different order, but different teams in general. So Dougie, tell me you love me and give me your number 10 seed.
My number 10 seed is a team that I just really enjoy grabbing an issue of Garfield, sitting down on the commode, taking my time and just dropping a big shit on, because I can't stand them. And I think they're the epitome of NBA fans who want to show you that they know a lot. They talk about this team, and I'm like, they don't deserve it because they're not that good. And that's the Orlando Magic.
Whoa. What do you take umbrage with the Orlando Magic?
I think that they are one of the least offensively talented good teams that I've ever seen. I think that Franz Wagner is the better player of their two best players, and he's treated like the second best player, which makes no sense to me. I think they have injury problems. Jalen Suggs gets hurt all the time. Paolo gets hurt all the time. Franz gets hurt all the time, constantly. And I think they're a gimmick. Like, you guys won 60 games by actually being tough. They're a gimmick. They flamed out. I guess they pushed you guys to the limit, so you probably have you probably have a different feeling about them than I do. But yeah, I think this has been one of the most overhyped. Nothing happened. Tony Schiavone used to call Evan Courageous in WCW. Nothing happened in Evan Courageous. To me, it's the nothing happening Orlando Magic.
Mickey, we're moving to you.
I'm going to say the Magic too, and it's tight down here or up here, wherever we're at. I think it's just going to be an adjustment with the new coach. I think I like their players more than you. I like Paolo some of the time, but I just think the injury questions, and I like Desmond Bane. He's a Pistons killer. Franz Wagner's really good. I just think they don't all fit together, and the injury stuff is a problem. I think like even some of their other guys, like Anthony Black, who I like,
Tristan Da Silva.
He's not a great shooter. Yeah, I like Tristan Da Silva.
Those are both players. Both of those guys. Those are the kind of players when they're watching them play the Pistons or the Knicks, and they hit the three that you're just like, really?
Yeah.
Anthony Black just hit that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
but they're good. Those guys I think are underrated. Those two players are gems. Yes, I agree.
Well, I think two of those, like those are two players that would be great, like on the Hornets, who have a bunch of shooting and you can not worry about it as much. But yeah, I'm not a big Jalen Suggs believer. Like, I'm not saying he's not an NBA starter. I'm just I don't love his game. I not a huge fan. I remember at one point Harry talking to me about like, ooh, if we could get Jalen Suggs, would you be interested? And I was like, nope. Can't shoot, injured all the time. Not for me. So I
long contract too. Long contract.
Can I say something about Jalen Suggs? I'm sorry. I just obviously struck a chord with me about the Magic. Jalen, you ever play pickup and there's a guy who's falling all over the place, like playing too hard, and then he gets hurt, and like you have to it's like 2 points away from game point, and this guy is like, I just twisted my ankle. Like, that's the Jalen Suggs energy. Just like doing too much all the time. And when it works out, it's like, oh, wow, he's such a pest. But when it doesn't, it's like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and to the chat's point, he's not a point guard.
Yeah.
He's
No.
like and he's not that good of a shooter either. So I just
He's
think
not a good shooter
he's
at all, yeah.
scrappy. So I feel like I'd probably rather have Anthony Black personally. I just think his ceiling is higher.
Yes. And
and
he's huge.
He's
he's
huge.
jumbo creator. We
Yeah.
like him.
Jumbo.
Jumbo.
We like him jumbo.
We certainly do. All right. What about you, Harry?
Okay, what number were we on? We're on
That was 10.
All right, so a little reminder for those who watch the stream and a little news to Doug. I had Orlando as my 7th seed going in because blow me away. I think Paolo is actually pretty good, and I think Franz is like super fucking good. And I think Des Bane is a killer, and I think a new coach will really help them figure that out a little bit. And maybe they make a trade in season and figure stuff out because they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to trade somebody. Maybe it's gonna be Suggs. I don't know. Maybe it'll be Paolo. I don't know. Maybe it'll be Franz. I don't know. But I believe that team has enough talent and depth to be pretty good. And they're fucking tough. So I give it to them for that.
It's gimmickry. We play basketball. We don't play dodgeball.
Okay. Well, the team I feel that way about is the Atlanta Hawks. Hotlanta, Magic City. I got them number 10. Everyone is just gushing. They were gushing over them last year. Oh, they made all the moves. They're so good. They got Kristaps last year. They're going to be killers in the Kristaps game. Please, come on. Have we seen Kristaps play a game? It don't happen. And then this year, same thing. Oh my God. They're just killing it in free agency. They brought back CJ, which I thought was a good move. Oh my God. Look, who they get, they traded for Lou Dort. Lou Dort's going to make that defense abominable to deal with. I got beef with it because they still don't have a center. They still don't have a center who can stop friggin' anybody. And even when you look at like their tough guy, tight defense or whatever with Lou Dort and Dyson Daniels, and they have like one more defensive wing. Isn't that right? I don't even remember who it is.
Alexander Walker.
Oh, yeah,
but didn't they just get somebody else?
Wiggins. They have Wiggins. They got Ryan.
That's
Nembhard.
right.
Yeah. So like none of those guys can stop Cade Cunningham. Just like straight up. And that's
you don't think Dyson Daniels can?
No, I know he cannot.
He can't. He actually can't guard Cade.
Cade burns through him like the man
Yeah.
is made of wet, off-brand Big Lots paper towel. Like
Dyson Daniels.
yeah,
Brunson. Oh, sorry. This is what problem with the walkabout. There's a fire truck going by. But Brunson does a fun thing with Dyson Daniels where he's like, it's the first round of the playoffs. Why don't I try out all my new moves that I've been working on? And then he bricks for like the first 3 quarters, and then he fries Dyson Daniels when it matters the most.
Yeah.
That's the Brunson Dyson Daniels cadence.
Yeah. And like I like Dyson Daniels. I don't think it's enough. I think the NBA is moving in this like bigger, stronger, and skilled type department where you have to be beefier. If you're not beefy on the wings, then you got to be beefy in the back. I mean, in the front court, and they're not. So I want some beef. They don't got beef. They got. I don't know what they got now.
Neither do we anymore, frankly.
That's true. That's true. We don't. Who's a little bit of the Jalen Suggs as far as like the description goes of like throwing your body around and stuff like that, and skeptical shooter or theoretical shooter, I suppose. So they're my 10 seed. That's where I have them.
Number 9.
Yeah. Who wants? Let's go with your 9, Doug.
My 9 spots, and this is pending. Lots of information we don't know yet. If you see where I'm going with this,
Better not be the Pistons. I swear to God, dude. I swear to
it's
God.
It's not. I actually took a long, hard look. I ranked all 15 teams just to be honest with myself before we started, and I was like, and I put the Pistons in the 4 seed. And I just wanted to tell you to be honest with you guys about that.
I told you I put the Knicks in the 4 seed. So, like we're good.
You know, I want to be respectful of the quality of the team that you are and how you absolutely kicked the shit out of us all of last season and how I was truly grateful that we got Cleveland instead of them. So that's enough dancing on it as far as the Pistons go. I just have to pay my respect here. But my 9 seed is the Toronto Raptors.
Whoa.
Yep. And I actually don't think it's depending on if they get Kawhi or not. I have again, I'm somebody who just goes off of feel, belief in certain players in certain situations. And I just don't think the Kawhi situation it hasn't led to serious contention in a long time.
Not since Toronto.
And I don't think there's like some magic sauce in what they have over there that's going to be made just infinitely better by having Kawhi Leonard instead of BI. I still they don't have enough shooting. Emmanuel quickly got paid too much money and isn't as good as his contract says he should be. Pirtle got paid too much money. RJ Barrett, as much as I love him, and I want to say he's great, he's just kind of okay. So in my mind, Toronto is another one of these teams that we just like put too much stock in what they could be without having ever shown us that that's who they are. So, and I think they were in a position also. The Eastern Conference got kind of soft towards the bottom, like from like the 6th seed down last year, 5 seed, 6 seed down. And I think Toronto took advantage of that last year and they outkicked their coverage as they say. But I just think they're not offensively talented enough. And I think even with Kawhi Leonard in the mix, all the questions are surrounding him, the circus that his whole camp has been for Los Angeles. I just have very little faith in that team. So that's why I picked them at 9. And like again, they're the top 9 teams in the Eastern Conference are stacked. Like Toronto is a talented ass team. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not, but again, when we make these rankings, like not you know what I mean? Not everybody can win 60 games. Not everybody can make it to the dance. Somebody's getting kicked off of the island, and to me, it's Toronto.
I do think that we're going to see an insane variance in like where teams are ranked, even nationally, as far as the Eastern Conference goes. Maybe the Western Conference as well. But like every time I'm going over, like my thoughts on the Eastern rankings change all the time, and it's nuts that it's at least 2/3 of the top teams that this is going on. For what it's worth, I had Toronto as my 5 seed because I think Scotty Barnes is that dude, and I love Colin Murray Boyles. I think they're both like actually shit kickers, and I fucking dig it. I dig what they're doing pretty big time. So that's where I'm at. Mickey, I know you had Toronto in the top 7 as well.
Yeah, where did I had them at the 6th seed, I think. But yeah, I have Atlanta in the the 9th spot?
The 9th spot.
Yeah, I don't think we got to dwell too much on that. I just think, like the Magic, it's just a team that national media loves to overrate. I like Jalen Johnson. I like CJ, but I don't think the moves they made are total game changers. I don't know what their pick situation is, but they do have some good contracts that they could move to make a deadline trade or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see.
They did draft Kingston Flemings, and I do like him. He's pretty good, but he's a little guy, like just another little guy.
Just a little guy.
I think they have an identity that they're working towards, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they were, they were the only team that beat the champions
in the
twice in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
There's a lot. So there's a lot there. And, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, does he get more responsibility? I'm like a huge Lou Dort fan. Like, he's one of my favorite wings in the whole league. So I think he's just going to make it a tough night. There's a lot of there's toughness in that Atlanta team. I see. And I don't think they're like going to shock anybody, but I just think they're going to be better. They're going to be better than Toronto is what I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have Toronto at 9. We haven't even gotten to your we haven't even gotten to your what's it called?
Is that starting lineup? Would you say that's CJ, Dyson, Dort, J. Joe, and Onyeka?
Well, that's the question too. Is also like if Nickeil Alex, exactly. Like now they have like a dearth of 6'8" wings who could guard 5 positions, and that's not a problem. But it's like, Nikhil is the thing with Nikhil Alexander Walker is his offense.
Yeah.
And like you want to see how real it is.
I bet
and you
Dort
want
comes
to
off the
make
bench,
sure.
honestly.
I would think that would be my guess too.
Yeah.
But then again, that's a world champion starting small forward. So I don't
for sure. It's interesting. It's an interesting situation they find themselves in. So we'll see how it plays out overall. So for the 9, we got the Raptors, we got the Hawks, and we have from me the Miami Heat. I have Giannis going from 10 seed or whatever to 9 seed or 11 seed to 9 seed. I don't think the Heat are going to be that good. I think their spacing is ridiculous. I think getting Klay Thompson is outrageous, like truly ridiculous. Like that'll solve our floor spacing. Klay Thompson, his old ass, free of Megan Thee Stallion, put him in Miami South Beach.
I think she's free of him.
Yeah,
Harry, from what it sounds like, I think she's walking on air.
I don't know what to think. Like, I get they got Giannis, but like, I like Wiggins and I like Davion Mitchell and like I love Tim Hardaway Jr. Like he did a lot for us and whatnot, but like I just don't like the way that team fits. I have such a problem with their depth, and I don't know. Like injuries could kick in easy. On that squad and everything. I like Bam a lot too. I think Bam's great. Shout out to Bam. I think Bam's even greater after he punched Tyler Hero in the face. I think that's awesome. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I just think there are other teams that are a lot better than them still.
Wow. It's funny. I'm trying to have this like measured respect for Miami. I'm like I'm doing the same thing with the Pacers because I think every NBA fan who's not a Pacers fan has taken for granted that somehow the Pacers will just snap back into place and be perfect and be as good as they were, if not better, before Tyrese went down. So I think with both of these teams, there's this sense of like the organization, the names, like you have to hold Giannis in high regard. You have to hold Halliburton in high regard, and even though you haven't seen it on the court in such a long time.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting. So then where you at with, or we're on our final picks here, right?
Yeah.
Doug, who's your 8?
My 8 is Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah. Just because I think the youth, the pace, the length, it's all the same formula that worked for them last year. It's just like the teams around them are better. So, Trae Young, they're not missing him. They have a new program that they're trying to implement. Quinn Snyder's a good coach. CJ McCollum's a good veteran. More veteran presence in Lou Dort. I get what they're doing. Like it makes sense to me. They don't have a real star right now. Jalen Johnson hasn't proven himself to be good enough on either end to be considered a 1A. CJ McCollum obviously was like a facsimile of that on offense last year, but he's not that. Nikhil Alexander Walker showed flashes of being a super versatile wing who can do a lot of different things until the playoffs. He turned into a pumpkin. Knicks figured him out. A lot of people get around OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, and they forget how to do certain things. But yeah, I mean, I think philosophically, I like what they value as an organization. I also like that Tim Bontemps works for them now, for their front office. I think that's fun. But I get the sense that they're just one of these teams that's going to suffer from the conference getting so much better and even heavier at the top. But they still have enough talent to finish 8th.
Yeah.
And enough cohesion and how can I like the basketball magic stuff? They have it in a positive way. They've built that team well.
Maybe my hot take on Jalen Johnson is that he's pretty good at filling stats. I don't think he's that good at like taking your team over the edge. I think he'd be a great number 2 on a team, but I'm very curious if there was like a number 1 guy, like a real number 1 guy on that squad. And I don't think he can be the number 1 guy. Maybe that's just me saying that. I think he's a little overrated, even though I think he's really good.
I think Barnes is way more exciting in that sort of archetype, just in that he is like an elite defender.
I think I'd rather have Jalen Johnson between those two players.
You're crazy.
Interesting.
You're
I do
crazy.
You
not
guys
agree
are
with that at all.
so bullish on Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, he's fucking good, dude.
I like Scotty
He's
Barnes.
really good. All right, Mickey, give me your 8 seed.
I'm going Pacers here.
Whoa! Talk to him.
I'm doing it. So here's where I'm at with. Oh wait, there was. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say about the Hawks real quick is just I don't really think CJ's a point guard. I don't really think Dyson Daniels is a point guard. I don't really think Nah is a point guard. I know Jalen Johnson can create. All these guys can create. I just, positionless basketball, whatever. I just think it's helpful to have someone who's trying to set people up. I don't think they really have that. We'll see if it matters. But in the interest of true point guards, I love Tyrese Halliburton. I love Andrew Nembhard. I love Aaron Nesmith. I love Pascal Siakam. They kind of replaced Mathurin with Oubre as sort of their scorer off the bench.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, no, I like Oubre. Here's my Pacers spiel, Doug. For as not incredible of a player as Miles Turner is, I think he was really important to what they did a couple years ago in terms of pace and space. And I think I love Zoo, but he's slower. He doesn't space the floor like Turner. I think it might create an issue even though Siakam can space, I just think it's going to be a little clunkier down low. Some people are higher on Jay Huff than I am as a potential spacer, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to rebottle a lot of the lightning that they had as just such a quick playing, scrappy team. I don't know if things fit as well. I don't know if what they have is enough, but I really love Tyrese, and maybe just by virtue of him, crazy things will happen. But it's not so much a knock on them as it is just strong conference this year. What do you think, Gary?
They're my 8 as well. I didn't have them in the top 7 as it were, even though once again, I think I think anything can happen. Nothing would shock me as far as as far as my rankings go. I have the Pistons number 1, but I said they could be as low as 7. I really think that could happen. And it's whatever it is what it is. But Miami lost Miles Turner, as Mickey alluded to. That's a big deal. They still have Pascal Siakam. That's true. Tyrese coming off an injury. That's also true. And I do like a lot of the additions they made on their team. I do like Zubats a lot, but at the same time, they were one of the worst teams in the NBA last year. And it's not like Siakam missed the whole year. It's not like Nembhard missed the whole year. It's not like Naismith missed the whole year. It's not like Jarris Walker missed the whole year.
There's an argument to be made for them being a little shady with their injury report last year.
I'll hear that. I completely agree with that. Yeah,
because they had the magical healing hand of Madison Square Garden multiple times last season, where they came in and looked like 2025 Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton missing a game from having the sniffles, and then the next night they lose again by 20-30 points.
I don't know. Maybe they'll be better. I could see them as high as 3, I guess, but I don't fucking know. It's not like they were even the 1 seed when they made it to the finals that year. They were a low seed that year.
Right.
What,
That's
right. 7 seed?
6 or 7? Yeah.
Maybe.
So I don't know what to expect from them. I know they made it to the finals, but they weren't the best team in the league. They were the hottest team at that time. Are we saying that the Miami Heat, when they went to the finals with Jimmy Butler, were the best team in the Eastern Conference? No. It just doesn't work like that to me. You can still be a good team, but
they were the 6th seed, by the way.
They were the 6th seed. 6 is a great seed. It's just I don't know. I don't think it's that big of an insult to say hey, you were the 8 seed when you were a little bit more 5 out, and now you're a little bit less, and you're coming off injury, so you're 2 places lower. No big deal. Who's your 8, Doug? Wait, you already gave it to us.
I'm sorry. They were the 4th seed. I'm sorry.
They were the 4th. They were the 4th seed.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. All right, so we got it all out there. The biggest hot takes, Doug, were definitely the Raptors. I got to say the Raptors are the hottest one on this whole thing.
Yeah, I like that it was Kawhi with or without Kawhi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as far as the Pacers go, again, I'm just trying to have this healthy fear of them because they are the last team that caused me.
Yeah.
actual significant trauma was those guys.
It's probably why Orlando's higher in my book as well. I want to give a shout out to our chat. Kevin Alford said the Nets at 15, then the Bulls, Bucks, Wizards, Magic, Hornets, Pacers. Richard DM for it had the Nets, the Wizards, the Bucks, the Hornets, the Bulls. Oh, pretty high for the Bulls there, my guy. The Magic, the Hawks. Tony Eggert had the Nets, the Bucks, the Bulls, the Hornets, the Wizards, the Magic, the Heat, the Celtics. That's the hottest of all the takes. He's got the Celtics at the 8. Tony.
You know, I really, when I was going through my rankings myself, I really love the idea that the Celtics with just Tatum will not be good. That's so deliciously enticing to me.
I'm not gonna lie. If that's true, like if that does happen, I'm gonna be this meme all day, just behind the tree, wearing the bright suit, loving everything.
And you know what pulled me back from entertaining the idea of putting them on my bottoms list?
Mitchell Robinson?
Yes, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is what pulled me back because I'm like, Mitchell Robinson doesn't let teams lose games. So we'll see. But Mitchell Robinson's ankles and feet and knees, and same with Paul George, make teams lose. But when both of those guys are on the court, they're pretty good.
Good things happen. Good things happen. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to say the least. Doug, thanks for joining us on the show. Do you have anything that you want to plug while you're rocking the streets of NYC, New York City?
Just follow me. Duglust has been a little bit kind of just taken in the championship hangover this summer, so a little less content than it is during the regular season. But the regular season's 54 days away, fellas. That's crazy. So if you want to see if the Pistons can make me write another Eleanor Rigby level ballad, then you should follow me at Duglust, Duglust on all of the various social media. And I respect the Pistons and I respect Pistons fans.
Yeah, Doug is a great guy. He's great company. He's an incredible follow. Like truly, I keep trying to get off Instagram, and you're one of the reasons I stay on.
My account is the only reason I'm still on Instagram too. No, I'm just kidding. There are other accounts too, but I feel you. I deleted X. I took a week off of X this week.
Hey man,
and I'm just so much better now.
Yeah, deaths to Twitter. Hop on Blue Sky. Blue Sky's where it's at. All that stuff. Mickey, you got anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
I don't. This was a treat. Yeah, Doug's a diehard Knicks fan, but he's also just a hoops fan and a great dude. Definitely give him a follow. Thanks again, man. This was a treat as always.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks for dropping the Pacers as far down as you did. I appreciate it.
A little present for you. And I promised all our chat watching, we will not have a Knicks fan on next week. No Knicks fans. It'll be a Boston stuff. No, I don't know who we'll make.
It'll be an Orlando Magic fan.
I don't know a fucking soul. I truly don't know a soul. I do know one. And he broke up with my cousin-in-law, and we don't talk to him anymore. So you don't even know him. He's somebody you used to know. You want to see something crazy? Orlando Magic-wise, I actually have an Orlando Magic poster on the wall being blocked out by my Star Thompson. But that little penny
blocks everything. The Star blocks everything. Right? Harry, don't you have a little penny?
Yeah, I got a little penny too.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Some things are bigger than team rivalry.
That's iconic. Yeah.
It's
like my Alec Burks jersey when I win the raffle. It's gonna be bigger.
Here's the thing, guys. Do not let Doug win. If he wins fair and square,
it's a waste of a jersey.
But this is whether you want the jersey or not. Just don't let Doug win it. That should be incentive alone to recruit another subscriber or to subscribe yourself. Because we love Doug. We really do. But nobody wants to see that.
I mean,
Wouldn't be right. He's won enough this
he's
summer.
won enough. He's had enough winning for a lifetime. He said it himself.
That's right.
You're the Garden. All right, we're going to end the show the way we always do, and that's by saying the acronym OOBH aloud, because that's what a horse would sound like if they talked anyway. So, as always, I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.